point right here should be good. It's real flat. Tapering out. I wish they quit nothing in the boat.
That's a 48 pound fishing on a topwater and long.
Always keep a backup bait.
Yep, and that's a tube, a jig, or Nico. Real quick, see if I still have this. Just in case I might want to switch up here soon as well. I might have a cool bait to switch to. Yeah, there it is. Well, it ain't moving, so. Got him? Got one. Oh, buzzbait.
Little guy.
And fish don't make that sound. I thought it made a little bit different one than that. That work?
What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Thanks for tuning in to another edition of Sewing Outdoors. Today I want to talk to you about something that is near and dear to my heart, and that is fall topwater fishing, and specifically buzz baiting. Now, in the fall I will use a few different type of buzzing, we'll say, type lures. One being my staple, my go-to. This is a Lost River Lures Bony Buzz, 3/8 ounce, got the big 50/50 blade on it. What I love about this Lost River Lures buzz bait is that by tuning the buzz bait, you can get a lot of different sounds out of it. You can open it up a little bit, and you get that traditional squeak, and then if you really bend her down, it'll come down and it'll clack that head and give it a really good clacking sound. So that's my absolute favorite. Now, there are times where they will eat a plopper better, the little bit smaller whopper plopper, like the 90, I believe. And actually this is a Berkeley Chapo, but the 90. And the reason that I like the 90 on this particular body of water is it matches the size of the bait fish pretty well. Occasionally I will switch up and go to a little bit bigger one if I'm having a hard time you know, getting a bite. I might change it up, or if I'm trying to target bigger fish, if I've got a limit in a tournament and I'm looking for a big one, I may go to the 100 or the 110 or even the 120. I'm going to use the whopper plopper predominantly whenever I see a lot of fish in open water that are schooling, more rock banks, rock transitions, things of that nature, whereas my buzz bait's going to be more for your heavier cover. If I'm going to have some heavy cover mixed in, I traditionally will go with the buzz bait. Now, the third little thing that I do, I'll show you real quick here, then I will go to this. And this is no secret, guys do it all the time, and that is a buzz toad. I will rig that buzz toad, instead of rigging it on like a 4/0 or 5/0 wide gap, regular, you know, wide gap hook, EWG, I will actually throw it on a swim bait hook with a hitchhiker on it. You just thread that hitchhiker down in the nose of that bait and then just expose it like you would a regular wide gap. What that does is when you get a bite and you set the hook, instead of that hook tearing the nose out of this bait, you get a lot more fish on one bait before it's completely shot. When and where am I using this? Same places. This time of year, I'm looking for areas where fish are congregated. this particular lake has a lot of roamers in it, a lot of pelagic fish that follow shad. So I like to find areas where those fish will kind of intermingle with resident fish to that area. For instance, the mouth of a creek, mouth of a pocket. This is a drawdown lake, so I don't like to go way back because they draw this down in the fall, and it just, as soon as the fish get back there, they get pulled right back out. So I typically will stay out into the front third or outer third of a pocket or a creek versus going way up. And I'll fish a lot of the same things on the main river or main lake area. I like to find flatter banks that are adjacent to some deeper water. 45 tapering banks that's got a creek channel coming close by. Some will fish some pockets, but I want them to be narrower and steeper. So as the water does draw down on a drawdown lake, or in the fall, as the water comes down a little bit, those fish don't have to move quite as far. And what you're doing is you are fishing just the available cover. Rocks, rock transitions, laydowns, isolated stumps, anything like that with that buzz bait. But I always want to keep myself near bait. As long as you're seeing bait, you're seeing shad, then you can pretty much predict that there's going to be some fish in that area. So that's one thing to really pay attention to. Watch the water clarity. I need a little bit of off-colored water most of the time to make that buzz bait bite, plopper bite, or this toad bite work. So rock transitions are really good in the fall. What you have is, especially if you can find kind of pea gravel, mud type bank that meets some chunk rock, those bigger pieces of rock create a really good ambush point for the bass. And what you have in the pea gravel and things a lot of times is a lot of crayfish. And in the fall, not only do they feed up on shad and bait fish, they're feeding a lot on crayfish and crawdads. I think a lot of times more than what we realize. So that becomes a really big factor in fishing those rock transitions. You say you have a gravel bank that goes to chunk rock that goes to a bluff. Those three areas would be very high percentage where those individual sections of rock meet. Anywhere that you have those rock transitions are super, they're always high percentage areas, but in the fall, it seems like fish get on them even more. Speed is the next crucial factor for me. Some days you have to burn it, and some days you have to slow it way down. And every day's different. You just kind of have to let the fish tell you. So I will vary the speed quite often, and I will switch back and forth between a plopper, a buzzbait, and even this buzz toad. This particular lake, we've had a lot of tournaments here lately, so there's been a lot of pressure. That being said, I'll probably keep a buzz toad on the front deck at all times, because sometimes this subtle movement of this buzz toad will get you a few more bites when it's been highly pressured. So guys, we hit the 500 subscriber mark. Thank you for helping us push that mark, and now we're shooting for 1,000. We got a ways to go, but we can do it with your all's help. So we have our 500 subscriber giveaway. Now you have to be a subscriber to win. If you're not a subscriber, go ahead and subscribe, and then you can enter the giveaway that we're going to have after this video posts. What we are going to do is have a trivia question here that we want everyone who's a subscriber put in the comments your answer. After this video has been posted for 48 hours, we are then going to take everyone who commented the answer to the trivia question and put them in a random draw in a hat, and then we'll reach out to you via message so that you can, contact us with your information so that we can get that prize mailed out to you. Going to have some tackle in it, some giveaways there, some clothing items, different things like that that we're going to send out to you as a thank you for subscribing and watching the channel and supporting the channel. We appreciate every single one of you for doing that. And as always, guys, if you're not a subscriber, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Got a lot of great content coming to you this fall, from topwater action to some fall cranking, shaky head stuff, finesse fishing, whatever your favorite thing is to do. We're going to try to cover it. in depth as much as possible, especially things that apply to Midwest lakes. We travel around a little bit, but the Midwest is where we're from, southern Indiana. Fishing is tough, and we want to try to help guys that are in this region be better anglers. The trivia question, guys, is what color was the last Skeeter bass boat that I owned? The primary color. What color was that boat? Put that in the comments if you guys know the answer. Look back in old videos and you could probably find the answer if you don't already know it. Thanks again, guys, for watching. Like, subscribe, comment, share with your buddies. Good luck out on the water and be safe.